This video, I will be talking about the third principle of family addiction engagement training. And the third principle is incremental offers to your loved one. What is meant by incremental offers to your loved one? Sequentially, when a family has new information, they've expanded out from just focusing on their loved one to expanded out to this trickle down generationally, and they start to have more understanding of this trickle down. And what I want to say is it is not necessary to know everything about the trickle down. What's necessary is that you can expand out and start to understand there is some trickle down through the generations that has happened. And the trickle down is strategies that lead to addiction that start with either pleasure or relief. Once a family starts to understand that there has been a trickle down and they have started to make change, which is the second principle, then this principle, incremental family offers to your loved one, is about what are the different strategies that family members can use? What can they try that's different? And some of the offers may be direct and done with communication. And initially, the offers are just changing your behavior. It isn't so much about communication. And the first one is planting seeds of curiosity. And how a family member does that is, one, becoming aware of what they have been doing, how they have been reacting, what they generally say, like when your loved one comes home and you can tell right away that they've been drinking. What do you initially say? What do you initially do? That's the normal habit that your loved one is used to. And planting seeds of curiosity would be doing something different than that. Again, I can't just say, do this, do this, do this. I really want to encourage you to come to a coaching group and talk about what has been the normal behavior, the normal reactions, and then some ideas that you have that could be new ways to, instead of responding or not reacting impulsively, to kind of take a pause and how can you respond? And we can brainstorm that in a coaching group. The first incremental offer is just changing your behavior, what I call planting seeds, so your loved one becomes curious. Other offers could be acknowledging what they're doing and that they have a choice to do that. Yes, they can do that. This isn't about telling them what to do, but the offer here is just to acknowledge, yes, they have a choice, but also acknowledge you have a choice too. And then what you do with your choice. You're acknowledging both and thinking, essentially. And other offer could be, and this would be not something that you do right away, but this would be sequentially after you have changed other things, and see if they have any curiosity about any of it or not. And if they don't, then you move to the next level, which could be a very direct conversation about, I or we have decided that, and then lay out a plan. And the individual, like the individual mom in the stories that I used in the video about family education and incremental family change, with the mom, Jerry, this next incremental offer, I've decided that Jerry would actually be doing a lot of research as to where Jerry sees example, her son, George, could actually detox and what might be a next step, and have things planned out from the standpoint of the economic, what insurance is going to pay for. Jerry has a plan, and then it's kind of having a direct conversation with George, who's still drinking or drugging or whatever. That's another incremental offer. And then a fourth one, and this comes after a number of other potential offers, could be what I call the Unified Family Recovery Agreement. And there's a whole lot to that. I'm not going to get into all the detail. It is the most powerful, and it takes a family. It takes a village kind of metaphor. Well, it takes a family to really make change in that family and include that loved one who's still using in the family. It isn't like cutting them off like the tough love thing. Those are examples. And once you come into a coaching group and start talking about your individual situation, I'm going to have a lot more information to help brainstorm with you to help you identify your next best step in this incremental offer to your loved one. And I know this is important because I've talked to, oftentimes it's moms, but I talk to family members who say, Jeff, I've tried everything. And nothing has worked. And everyone else in the family has given up, but I haven't given up, and I don't want to give up until I know I've tried everything. Know that there is hope, there is potential, and it is not black and white. It is not just do this one thing and then everything will be wonderful. That's not the way it works. I really want to empower you to come into these coaching groups, get new information, ideas to respond as opposed to react to your loved one, try new things. And when your loved one experiences you as being different and you as not being needy, needing them to respond a specific way, there is huge potential for your loved one to rethink their relationship with you, to rethink their relationship with the family. When a family uses incremental offers to their loved one, they concisely and deliberately throw out customized lifelines to their loved one. And their efforts create internal growth for them. And they do this communication with their loved one, they're congruent with it. And in this context, what I mean by congruent, it's like being so solid within yourself that your energy communicates that you will be okay one way or another, that your well-being is not hinged on whether they do this or whether they do that. And you do this without any nonverbals of neediness. Now, it's easy for me to say this, but it takes a lot of change internally for specifically a mom or family members to change their old story, their old position, their old relationship with their loved one. I know this is possible. It's not a simple black and white fix. And the next video here that I will be talking about, I will go into the fourth principle of family addiction engagement training is everyone living beyond addiction.